Hello, I'm Dr. Vanita Rattan. I'm a doctor, but also a cosmetic formulator specifically for skin of color. So today's video is how to treat acne using a routine from CVS or from Target. Today I'm going to be explaining why you get acne, what exactly is happening in the skin, the key actives that you need at the correct percentages, the mistakes that get made, and at the end I'll be telling you my favorite non-sponsored products for acne from CVS or from Target. As you know, this channel is completely non-sponsored. No video I've ever made has been sponsored and will never be sponsored. That's very important so that you know you have a place you can come to for evidence-based information, whether it's worth your money or not. So don't forget, I'm also here for you for 1 hour at the launch of every single YouTube video. So when you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know I'm in the comment section ready to answer your questions, and I'll do as many as I can. You can also ask me questions on Instagram. I've got 2 accounts, Dr. Vanita Rattan and Skincare by Dr. V. I've also got an account on TikTok, and also don't forget you can join our private Facebook group called Dr. V Sock Family, Skin of Color Family, to ask more intimate questions. If you are into skincare as much as I am, then please do get your hands on a copy of Skin Revolution. It's a book that I've written for HarperCollins, published by them specifically for skin of color, available on Waterstones, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, etc. Usually acne happens during the 3 P's in your life: puberty, periods, and pregnancy. And what happens is there tends to be increased sebum production, so that's the oils in the skin. Now imagine your pore is like this. It's a little bit like a cup and it's being filled with sebum. At the top you get sticky skin cells, and that's called hyperkeratinization. So now imagine that pore is closed. There's no oxygen in that pore. It's an anaerobic environment. And guess which bacteria loves to reproduce in an anaerobic environment? It's C. acnes bacteria, which leads to acne. And what C. acnes bacteria does is it produces lipase, an enzyme that will feed on the triglycerides sebum and convert it into glycerol plus free fatty acids. Now, free fatty acids are very irritating. That's what leads to the red marks. It also leads to inflammation, which will lead to brown marks and skin of color. And this is why acne and skin of color has to be treated slightly differently to acne and Caucasian skin. Because in Caucasian skin, they get acne and the red marks, but they tend to disappear. In skin of color, we get acne, red marks, and brown marks. We get all 3 blemishes happening simultaneously. And really, we have to treat all at the same time, because often it's not even acne that's irritating us, it's the hyperpigmentation left behind that can be there for decades. And so in today's video, that's what I'm going to be talking to you about, is how do we do that for our skin and also for the skin for our children. So what are the key actives that we are looking for? You're starting off with niacinamide, 2 to 5% bracket, that will control sebum production. The second ingredient you want to use is salicylic acid. It's a fat-soluble acid that sinks into that pore to unclog it. So you're looking at about 0.5% in a wash-off product or 2% as a leave-on product as a spray. That's generally the percentages they tend to be in. Obviously, in a wash-off, you can go higher with your salicylic acid. The next set of ingredients is your vitamin A. So this could be retinol over the counter, or retinaldehyde, which is my favorite, or adapalene, which I love, and you can buy over the counter in CVS or Target. And then prescription only would be tretinoin. That's a cream-based product, or isotretinoin, also known as Roaccutane, which is oil-based. And those 2 are much stronger and you need a prescription for. The next ingredient is benzoyl peroxide. Now remember I told you C. acnes bacteria is anaerobic, and when you give it some oxygen you poison it, and that's what benzoyl peroxide does. And you tend to find it in 5 to 10% either as a leave-on spot treatment or as a wash. I tend to recommend spot treatments if you have dry skin everywhere else, or damaged skin barrier, or irritated skin. Or you can go for the face wash if actually you have quite a healthy skin barrier. If you're getting brown marks and skin of color, then you want to be using tyrosinase inhibitors. So these are things like vitamin C, green tea extract, alpha-arbutin. Look for these ingredients in your acne routine or add them to the acne routine. If you get red marks, then you want to use azelaic acid, and in your moisturizer. So usually you're going to go for a gel-based light non-comedogenic moisturizer. Look for humectants such as glycerin. Often what can happen is a lot of these products, especially salicylic acid, can be quite drying to the skin. And so at that point, if you're feeling sensitivity and dryness, the gel-based moisturizer isn't going to be enough. You're going to need a fattier moisturizer on top. So really listen to your skin, because it isn't one size fits all in acne. Sometimes you overshoot, sometimes you undershoot, and you're getting acne on this side because you're not using enough ingredients, or too much salicylic acid and it's drying the skin out. So just pay attention to your skin. And actually you become in tune with what your face needs if you know why you're putting a product on the skin. So these are my drugstore recommendations from CVS or Target, non-sponsored. So for the wash, I like the CVS Acne Wash 4% benzoyl peroxide. It's NAFE safe, meaning no denatured alcohol, no fragrance, no essential oils, and it will poison the C. acnes bacteria with oxygen. So that would be your first step. Then I'd use adapalene 0.1% vitamin A for the acne, and this will increase cell turnover and reduce those sticky skin cells at the top too. So basically what will happen is you might see some purging with this, which can happen with any vitamin A, and basically just means all the gunk comes to the top at the same time because you're increasing cell turnover. But after 6 weeks, this does settle down and your skin gets into a healthier routine. Then you would top it up with a light gel, non-comedogenic moisturizer with anti-inflammatories. And I really like the Vino Oat Gel Moisturizer. They did very well with the ingredients list. However, what's missing from this routine and from CVS is salicylic acid leave-on exfoliator that's 2%. Also, they are missing tyrosinase inhibitors and azelaic acid for brown marks and red marks. And there really just wasn't a kit that had everything that we needed that I'd already discussed for skin of color. And this is why I made Trio Blemish for you. So it's a 4-piece kit, and it's your face wash with salicylic acid, your exfoliator with salicylic acid, your AM gel, and your PM gel. So in this kit, it's got your niacinamide, your salicylic acid, it's got Acne Calm that poisons the C. acnes bacteria. I put in retinol 0.1% and retinaldehyde, that's your vitamin A. Plus it's got your tyrosinase inhibitors to treat brown marks, your azelaic acid to treat red marks, and your anti-inflammatories to calm the skin, plus ceramides to strengthen the skin barrier, which can become damaged. Now, even when you're using this right skincare, you can be making some common mistakes which are not going to help you. So let me go through them. Number one, you want to be washing your pillowcase every 3 days. You want a separate towel for your face that you don't want to be sharing with anybody else. Don't scrub the skin. So back in the day, we used to get told, scrub the acne away almost, but actually acne bacteria forms a microbiome. It basically anchors to the skin. And scrubbing is not going to help, it's just going to inflame the skin. Also, popping pimples, that's something we've all done, including myself. And what happens is the acne spots just come back in the exact same place because now you've damaged the pore, and it's easier to clog that damaged pore. So it really is a mistake. Stay away from sugary foods as well. So having a high glycemic index there is some correlation with acne breakouts, so I would avoid that. And lastly, I'd say makeup. Makeup that is comedogenic can block the pores. I'd rather you opt for powder-based foundations, or the only two that I found that are non-comedogenic is Estee Lauder Double Wear, and the second one is from The Ordinary Foundation. Those are the only two non-comedogenic foundations that I have seen. Now, why skin of color has to be a little bit more careful is because of scarring. Because of the red marks, brown marks, and also atrophic scarring that can happen. Acne can start as young as 8 years old, and we can't ignore it. So when you see, or if you see, your child has oily skin, they really need to have a face wash with niacinamide and salicylic acid in it. They need a good skincare routine really from 8, so pre-puberty years, because if you don't get them into a good skincare routine, by the time they get to 11, 12 years old, they've already got dark marks now on the face that may take 10 years to get rid of, which is really unfair on them. And so it's our responsibility as parents to ensure that our children really do have the best for their skin. And even though our parents didn't do it for us, our poor parents didn't know anything about niacinamide at all. That just wasn't even on the radar. We do know. And so, it's up to us to do better for them. And so I know Sienna, you know, has her own skincare routine. A lot of Sienna's friends are starting to get acne and they all now have good skincare routines. And it's just very simple. It's just literally your salicylic acid wash. It's your leave-on exfoliator if you're actually getting acne. Otherwise, if it's just oily skin, you can just have your salicylic acid wash. And then your gel moisturizer. So it's very basic. You know, it's nothing to be worried about. There's nothing to overcomplicate. You know, even Josh has got his own skincare routine, my 5-year-old son. He's got his face wash, his Cera-Pep moisturizer, his Inzincable sunscreen, and his lip balm, Vaseline every day. And they just get into a habit of it. It's good habits, you know, they're taking care of themselves, it's healthy skin. I mean, this is obviously my industry, this is what I know and what I'm passionate about, but hopefully you guys are as passionate as I am too. So don't forget, I am in the comment section for 1 hour at the launch of every single video, and I'll be here today too. So please just write your comments below. Also, when you subscribe, hit that notification bell. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok and get your hands on a copy of Skin Revolution. Thank you so much for today, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.